Morning, Casey. In what ways do you feel you were able to make more of an impact at center this year than at the beginning of your career? Now that you have all the experience and you've gotten older.
Um, yeah, I don't know if it's one thing in particular. I think game slowed down. I felt like I did better on faceoffs. I know that's a little thing, but still definitely need to work on them and get better. But it's start so many shifts with faceoffs, and just starting to shift with the puck makes a huge difference and can completely change the outcome of the whole shift. But I think overall the game slowed down a little bit for me, and yeah, I especially when Donnie took over, I thought that the coverage we played in the D zone sometimes, yeah, we would kind of resort back and forth to what we were doing before, but just made a lot of sense to me, and I've done a lot of it like that in the past, and thought I was better defensively, and I think that leads to so much more offensive pressure and offensive zone time.
Hi, Casey. Ralph Kruger clearly made it plain to us, and I'm sure to you as well, that he didn't think you were a center in the NHL. Don Granato came in, gave you a chance to prove that wrong, and I think most people would say you took it and ran with it and proved that to not be the case. What was it about the approach Don took with you that allowed you to play the way you did in that position and prove that what he was saying was actually true?
Yeah. I don't know if it's one thing. I think Donnie came in and, he challenged me. He challenged me to be better and challenged me to take a step and play a bigger role. And, sometimes obviously guys need that. And it's good for me to come into the game and know that I was going to play, and I was going to play against the other team's top players usually. And for me, that leaves no room to fail. You got to be on your best, and they're going to be on their best. So it's pretty much that simple. It was a good learning experience for me to do that and do that day in, day out. I thought it got better as it went on, and obviously there was hiccups, but that part of it's positive for me, knowing that I can go out and I can play against anyone and even make plays against anyone. So it was good for me from that point. But yeah, I don't know. I think, and credit to Donnie too, he stuck with it. I think my first few games at center after playing wing for a while weren't my best games of the year for sure. So yeah, obviously I'm comfortable in the middle. I've always played in the middle. So just took a couple of games, and then, like I said, it was a credit to Donnie for sticking with it.
Casey, Rasmus Dahlin wasn't having the best season, and then when Don came in, he kind of had that transformation. What did you see from Rasmus over the last couple of months that helped him get back to being that aggressive defenseman and so forth?
I don't know. Like I said earlier in the interview, it's hard to put it on one thing, but he just started making plays, and I think he had the freedom to kind of roam around and do whatever he wants. So many of the times he's up in the play so far, and then somehow he's always back. So just giving him the freedom to do that, I think it's something that changed for him. And you see him making plays that not very many people in the world can make, especially just crazy passes out of the D zone and beating guys on the offensive blue line. And when you're out there with him, it's always a treat. You just try to get open and hopefully you get a nice chance and a nice rush. So like I said, he did a great job. I don't know if it's one thing in particular, but I think he just got the green light and went out and played the right way.
Hey, Casey, John Worrell with the AP. Congrats on, a very encouraging finish to your season. On the downside, I guess, is how discouraging is it knowing or hearing or, knowing that three of your team leaders expressed some disinterest, question about whether they want to be here next season?
I think obviously you don't want to hear that. I've become friends with them, and obviously we've been teammates for almost 3 years now. Obviously I had a little stint in Roch, but we've all become friends, and obviously they've been here longer than me and the other guys my age, but yeah, it's hard to hear, and obviously it's out of my control. It's out of anyone else's control. So, like I said, I'm friends with them, and I've enjoyed my time playing with them for sure. It's been nothing but good things to say about them, and yeah, like I said, it's out of my control, but it's definitely tough to hear.
Hey, Casey, you've made it clear multiple times this season that the biggest lesson was the NHL can be taken away. Just what was it like having it taken away, and what did it drive you to do?
Yeah, I think it just changed my mindset a little bit in the off season. I don't know. I've kind of been like that my whole year or my whole career, where it's kind of up and down, and finding a way to prove myself and then get back into it. And yeah, I don't know. I guess it was a good lesson for me to go home and realize the amount of work that I have to put in every day, and the things that I have to do away from the rink to get myself ready to play. And I think that was the biggest difference more than anything. I think when you do that, you get in the zone and start playing well. You get in what you put, or you get out what you put into it. So for me, that was the biggest difference. And obviously, it's something that I got to continue to do this summer.
Casey, we've seen you be a leader on this team since Don Granato took over. What have you learned from being around Jack Eichel in terms of being a leader?
I think the biggest thing about Jack is just that he's so competitive every night. He plays so hard every night, and he's always got his emotions are always there, and he's very vocal in the room. But more than anything, his competitiveness is the best part about his leadership for sure. You see how hard he works and see how hard he battles every night, and just leading by example like that, it gives all the boys on the bench a little bit of a pump up, and you know that if he's doing it, that you can do it too, for sure.
Casey, just to piggyback on what Julianne asked you, how ready are you? Let's say, some of the leaders aren't back next year, and it kind of becomes your team and Darlene's team and Cousins' team. How ready are you to step into a role of a leader now that you've been able to play in all situations, and the coaching staff trusts you and you've been able to grow as a player? Are you ready to step into more of a leadership role?
It's a tough question. I mean, yeah, I obviously want to be a leader. I think every guy wants to be a leader, but I also am going to come to the rink and be myself every day. And I'm going to work hard. And if something needs to be said, and I think I'm the guy to say it, then I'll say it. But I'm not going to go in next year and start parading and yelling at different guys. I'm just going to go to the rink and be myself. And it's put me in a leadership role in the past. So just try to stick with that and then see where it takes me.
Hey, Casey, you mentioned the work you put in and the mindset you had over the offseason. So when you did that and you come in and you spend the first part of the year on the taxi squad, how did you, embrace that or think that through?
Yeah, it was tough. I had a couple of tough days, but just coming to the rink every day and working hard. It was kind of a weird scenario because I wasn't playing, but I knew that I felt the best that I've been, and I felt like in this taxi squad skates that I know it's not playing, but that I was playing the best that I have been. So, yeah, I got lucky. Obviously, I think it's been said a lot, but Elliot was huge for us, and just making it fun and keeping us patient. And yeah, I think the hardest part was just staying patient and staying ready to go. But I knew that eventually I would get my chance, and just making sure that I was ready and ready to run with the opportunity.
Was there a game where you felt you were really starting to grab a hold of your spot, I guess?
I don't know if it's one game in particular. I think trying to think back. No, probably not. I don't think it was one game in particular, but I mean, I remember I scored against Philly. That was a big goal for me. I hadn't scored in a while, so just getting myself going there. And I was playing center again and kind of started feeling things and making better plays. And yeah, I don't know if there's one game in particular, but I think I got more comfortable and more confident every night.
Thank you.
Casey, we've talked to the defenseman a lot about Dan Girardi. Quite honestly, Matt Ellis has kind of flown under the radar here. What kind of an assistant coach was he, and how much did he help you in your growth that you had this year?
Yeah, he was great. He's just such a positive guy. Like even on the bench, in the locker room, on practice days, every day he's positive. And sometimes I find that you can find that a little fake or stuffy, but with Ellie, it's just all the time positivity, and it's always working, and you know that he means what he's saying every time because he's just that good of a person. So, yeah, like I said, I owe him a lot with the taxi squad skates. There was days where I was just pissed off out there, and I don't know, probably a little crabby in the 8 a.m. skates. So he took it and always made it fun for us and always gave us the best skate possible. And I think we all owe him a lot.
Thank you, Casey.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.